Yo, what up, white peeps? From a white peeps, the sequel, and maybe there will be maybe this will be a white peeps trilogy. Uh, I'm doing this one off the cuff too, um, and it might be rather short, I guess. I didn't think about it much. I'm just on my run here, but to roll off of white peeps one will be below. Oh, and I'll link to Discord below too because someone asked about that. I created one a long time ago. Don't use Discord that much. I have a friend who uses it a lot to organize. You hear them birds? To organize this music thing I'm working on. And I tried to wipe down my camera, but it's probably hard and sweating. Anyhow, White Peeps, the sequel. There's 101 again. Um, what I want to say is, because I got a comment from someone in the UK that said it's more of a class thing there than a race thing. And I think that's probably very accurate when compared to the United States. But there's this like white person superiority thing that exists, I'm assuming globally. Like, I know it exists in China to a high degree. I know it exists here. And what it is that, I've seen real examples from other people. I've experienced real examples. And I'm like a light-skinned black dude because I'm mixed. So I don't get it as rough. But like here, sorry about that, here, if you're trying to get a job teaching, as a foreigner, teaching English, or I'm assuming anything, it's just easier when you're a white male, for example. Whereas there are schools today, that just won't hire someone who's black, as an example. So this race thing, while it means something different in the U.S., it's been exported globally. So there's like, I think there was some comments. Maybe this was from my friend whose comment got deleted about how you have homogenous places like Chinese people and just like, oh, we're all Chinese, or black people, we're all black and we're proud. But then like white people being white and proud. Maybe that's not exactly what they said, but that ends up becoming problematic, depending on how. Now, where am I going with this? And and you have it's not just white people that practiced imperialism and colonization, right? Like, I don't know the full history of all the different countries and people that have done, colonization and imperialism. I guess colonization is an extension of imperialism. But what I don't think is the case is where you have Europe that like just totally colonized like the continent of Africa, almost totally, not everywhere. I believe, I don't know if Ethiopia is the only country that didn't get colonized. My history isn't on point like that. But as like European colonizers, just did it to a level that I unless my history is off, that Japan had a little colonial era. Like, I don't think China has really done that much colonizing. Like, this place didn't get colonized; it got invaded by the old ruling party of China. So what am I getting at? Let me. I'm like, this will be a short video. Looks like it's longer than my last one. I'm kind of jumping around all over the place, but the point I was making is that there is this white superiority thing that exists globally. Anywhere you go in the globe, it exists in the UK. I'm sure. I have friends from there that explain how it works there a little bit differently. But the point I guess I wanted to connect this to what I was saying about, regardless of your color or your generational history, your genetic history, whatever, that all humans are indigenous to Earth. And it would be beautiful if when us humans get to a point where we, like the conditioned mind that sees when they open their eyes and they visually see a human, that it doesn't, that they aren't immediately throwing a bunch of things on them and we just all walk around colorblind. That's a great ideal, but that isn't the reality. So like white people need to, I mean, you don't need to do anything, do whatever you want. But I'm saying, if you want to be like on team, indigenous and colonizing, the mind and the greater culture, is like have some high level awareness that you're coming at things from a superior position almost everywhere you go in the world, and then actively working to help the people who don't have those advantages. And when I say help them, doesn't necessarily mean help them directly. I guess this is what I'm saying. Like maintaining like some full-on awareness of, yes, all humans are indigenous to the world. We are one, connected to nature, all that. Boom, that's one reality. But then also understanding the other reality, that there is, class and race privilege, and even if you decide to do nothing about it, which I won't condemn any human for choosing what they want to do. Even if you decide to do nothing about it, at least maintaining awareness that exists, that's a problem, and not, acting like you are above it or anyone is above it, because it's the reality that we're in. So on the one hand, we're all like connected to the earth, we're all indigenous, but on the other hand, there's been these abstraction layers that we process reality through, which do separate us, which do cause conflict of ideas, conflict of people, conflict of classes, conflict of groups, and recognizing both. And I'll just give a quick, now that this video is long, but a quick example of the black-white thing in the U.S. Like there was a time, I don't know if I made a video about it or not. I feel like I probably did, but maybe not. Like I was pissed. But I was speeding, and I was a couple blocks from home, and I think I was like tired. Like I had gotten pulled over a little bit before, maybe that year, where my car got towed or something, because like all this stuff. And I was like, man, fuck that. I'm going home. I was like 4 blocks from home, kind of a long distance. So this cop, he's a motorcycle cop. He, he has his lights on. He's like yelling in the speaker. I'm like waving at him. So then I park. I get to the house, and he like busts out the car, and like has his gun drawn. He's pointing it at the window, like So I just got my hands up, opened the door, drags me out, and then he's like, I think he was just like 100% sure that I had warrants or drugs on me or something, which I had none of these things. So he like checks the car, I'm cuffed in the back. He then he goes on his his computer, like checks for warrants, and he's just like, afterwards he's like, why'd you keep driving? I told him, like, man, I'm fucking tired, man, got my car towed for no reason last time. And then that's a whole fucking process, man. Now you got to do this paperwork, you got to take off work. It's fucking nonsense. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I don't know if my car would have got towed that time, but it didn't get towed since I went home. Anyway, gives me a ticket, boom, on his way. And it's one of these situations where, like, if a white female did that, that would not have happened. If a white male did that, maybe. Like, I won't, depending on the cop, depending on the situation. But, whoa, I don't know if, oh my God, hold on. You guys gotta see this. This is crazy. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, dude, and then there's a squirrel in the background. Are you seeing this spider? Like, doing some Spider-Man shit? I hope the camera is getting this. Like, and he's got a, like, you can't see it, but there's another web kicked off to the side. I don't think I've ever seen them in the actively. I hope that came in. I hope that whole thing wasn't just a fuzzy mess. I'll have to look at it later. But I saw this twig. I'm like, oh my god, a spider. So you know, that's what happened on my end. But then, dude, I got all these stories from my white friends, dudes, who do like ridiculous shit to cops that like I can't even imagine doing. You know, it's the U.S., but still, like, one friend said he got pulled over once and like immediately jumped out of the car and started like cussing the cop out. Like, you know, like, where the fuck's your back? Fuck you. Like, you know, just all this stuff. And the cop's like, brr. Another friend, because I recently posted this story on Facebook, told me he tried to outrun a cop. He tried to outrun a cop with a friend. A friend was with him who had a warrant. He tried to outrun the cop. Went for like 2 miles. Just couldn't. His car. He's like, there's no way his car was gonna, you know, outrun this cruiser. You know, probably took a second for the cruiser to catch up. Pulls over, tells the cop like, oh, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. And then his friend like just used someone else's name and birthday, and they like he said he got like a big ticket, but he just like drove off. And you know, it's things like this, you know, where white folks, bringing it back full circle, need to recognize that they live in an alternate universe, like really, like in a just totally different world. And then when you're looking at marginalized groups, whatever it is, black, you know, Hispanic, you know, Somali, whatever, and this is hard to do, man. This is hard for everybody to do, but to really, you know, if you're looking at their life situation, what's going on, whatever, and you're thinking about it from your point of view, like, oh, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? But then there's just a whole matrix of issues that people who, you know, don't have white skin have to deal with like daily, and yeah, it sucks. So, you know, if you're gonna be a white peep, try to be a good white peep to the best of your ability. You don't have to feel guilty about things, but do try to maintain, you know, awareness that, you know, these other groups are just going through hardships daily, that the same hardships you experience, because just to be human is to experience hardships. So like same ones you have, but then they're compounded by all these other things. But, you know, to end on a positive note, we are all indigenous to planet Earth, and hopefully we can get there where we're all partying. Anyway, this is a long, crazy, rambly video. If I do a third video, it'll be at the house, and I will prepare notes, and I will talk about this with some more sense than this rambly thing. Anyway, all right, guys, love you. Peace.